elderly in mind, right? The smart transport solution, the smart device, and the healthcare solution, right? These three, I guess they would cover probably 90% of what an elderly need at any point in time in their life. So, just wrapping up, I was requested to bring in some perspective from the investor side of things. Just to recap once again, I lead the technology investment side at Lumis Partners, which is a company structured as a private equity venture capital fund, but we think of ourselves more of as a operating partner who is helping the companies, the partner companies on the technology side, on the IP side, on the supply chain side, on the human capital and human resources side, and so on and so forth. So we pride ourselves on that fact. And we have done a couple of investments already in the Internet of Things domain, one of them being Altazone. Altazone is a Pune-based company which is heavily into industrial Internet of Things, having great clients who are utilizing their solution on the shop floor. And then another company that we have invested is Flutura. Flutura is an oil and gas-based AI solution provider, some great clients in Middle East and in US. But the point that I want to bring to the table is the fact that a lot of startups or a lot of companies in the Internet of Things domain have, over the last 3-4 years, have matured, and their technology stack is actually now full. It is full of features. It has most of the things that are required for on-ground deployment. It has taken care of the end client requirement, the integration challenges. All of that has already been there. I would like to, encourage the people to actually now start looking at the go-to-market of how this full stack solution, which has been developed with great resources and spending a lot of time on that, how now that can be taken to go to market. And there are at least a couple of nuances there, right? So one nuance is the whole partnership ecosystem. So I firmly believe that Internet of Things is one area where you have to play with a lot of players in the ecosystem. You cannot be a standalone player looking at just bagging a few contracts and scaling up. You have to figure out what is your play in the whole ecosystem. So, for example, in the smart city, right, there is the government tender, there is a consultant who is laying out the roadmap, there is a system integrator, there is an infrastructure provider, a communication layer provider, sensor provider, and so on and so forth. So it is very important to figure out how I can partner with the right players in the ecosystem to quickly scale up, because my solution is robust, right? It has all the things that is needed. So how can I partner with these guys? And that is, to my mind, one of the things that separates a successful company from a barely growing kind of a company over the years. The second is monetization model. So I guess here, even in the smart cities concept, where most of the monetization actually happens through the government and tendering process, here also there are interesting avenues which we have seen in other cities, where the startups can figure out other kind of monetization avenues. And the whole how you bring about the solution in a way where there is a platform monetization, there is an application monetization, there is professional services monetization, and what are the various models, attractive models there. If we can, working with the partners in the ecosystem, that can be figured out by that startup. These two things in conjunction, we have seen, have led to some of the great startups quickly scaling up in 6, 9, 12 months and being present in multiple number of cities under various capacities. So I would like to end here. Thank you all for attending this session.